for the day. Let's start off with some cleansing and clearing. So find a space where you've got plenty of space around you where you're not going to knock any Christmas decorations down or anything. And just take a stance where you've got your feet about shoulder width apart. A little bit of bend in the knees. The idea is so that you feel really grounded and stable with the lower body. Bringing the palms up, so relaxing the shoulders down, just lifting the hands up to the side there. And then the idea is just let go, just let everything go. And again, bring the arms up, so palms are facing towards the ceiling, towards the sky, shoulders are relaxed and down, and let go. And again, breathe in. And just let go. Just let them go, let them swing. Now I'm going to show you in slow motion, and then we're going to gradually just speed it up into a swing. So in slow motion, palms come up, and then we're going to do a little bit of bend in the knees, and we're going to rotate to the side. So one arm goes up in front of you, one arm comes up back behind you. We do a little bit of double bounce, and then we come back up to the front. And then we rotate to the other side, a little bit of it. So we're coming up to standing almost there. And then back up and arms facing up. And then we just do that with letting go. So again, just make sure you've got plenty of room around you. So you drop and let go, then come up and drop and let go, and drop and let go, drop and let go, drop. Palms facing up in the middle one, in that center point. And then just let that momentum swing. And now let's bring a little bit more conscious breath into it. So slightly fuller breath in as you come up, and just a few breaths out through the mouth. We don't want to do too many that we actually start to feel lightheaded, but breath in, cleansing, clearing, releasing any tightness and tension in the shoulders, in the upper back. Also any emotional tension, really just let go, let everything go. And then gradually just slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. And then move around a little bit, shake out the legs. Just watch on that one, again I'll show you in slow motion. The rotation is a drop and rotate. So all I'm doing when I'm rotating is I'm dropping, I'm literally doing that. I'm dropping my hips down and rotating. Just watch that you're not leaning forwards into it. So you want that rotation through the spine. So all I'm doing is I'm doing this and then rotating. Dropping, rotating, a little bit of double bounce at the bottom. Good. And shake out a little bit. Let's go into knocking. So again, we're rotating the spine, a little bit of bend in the knees. Here we're just breathing easy, so just breathe as you feel comfortable. Don't have to breathe in any particular way. Only thing I would say is breathing in and out through the nose. So just breathing naturally, lightly in and out through the nose. Again, we're getting that rotation through the spine. Really just letting go the shoulders, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the upper back. Nice and tall through the spine. Now bringing the arm as it comes across the front of the body, just bring it into a light fist, just so it's tapping just underneath the collarbone, just on those pec muscles, just lightly knocking on the chest. I just knocked my mic pack off. Oh, got it wrong. Lightly knocking on the chest. So Chinese medicine, these points are your long points, which is all about immune system, breath, energy. So you might feel you want to take a fuller breath in. And really emphasizing that we often think mouth breathing is bad, so we think, oh, I should never breathe out through the mouth. It depends on what we're doing with the breath, what your intention of the exercise is the movement that you're doing. So there's a difference between mouth wide open, constantly just breathing air in through the mouth, to actually just letting go. It's a very good way of cleansing and clearing. But obviously if we're doing that too much, you just end up over breathing. So we don't want to over breathe, but there are occasions where you need to let go, breathe out. Back into belly. Slowing it down gradually into water waves. So go really slowly, really taking your time to feel the air running through the fingers. The flow in the movement. And slowing it down. And just taking a moment to come to stand. So take your feet about hip width. Just bring the palms forward. So just open up the shoulders. Just let the arms hang from the shoulders. Just bring awareness to the breath now. Not changing anything, but just noticing. And stepping out. Fingers lightly connected. Let's do a little bit more stretch through the spine. So bringing arms up, palms are facing the chest there. Shoulders are down, then you do a little bit of spiral. Reach up and then out to the side. Do that once more, just get the movement working. Reach up and then out to the side. A couple of things just to watch from a physical point of view as you're doing this movement. Watch that when you get here, you don't end up leaning back and pushing and forcing and compressing the lower back. So keep nice and strong through the heels. So actually you should feel most probably a little bit more stretch here and in the back muscles. It's very easy just to let the shoulders bring the arms up and then nothing really moves here. So feel that lengthening up from the base of the spine all the way up the spine. The spine is mirroring the hands as they're coming up the body. It's lengthening, it's lengthening, it's lengthening. So there's a little bit of softness here in the elbows. And then you can let go, stretch out. If you want to really stretch the fingers out there, stretch the hands out. So physically we're lengthening, we're extending the spine. Get that head balanced on top. You can take a little glance up and then out. So structurally we're creating space for breath, creating movement and space. So let's coordinate the breath, breathing in. Breathing out. And this breath is light, so just breathing lightly in, light, slow. Breathing out through the nose. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And if that breath pattern is a little bit challenging for you, then just breathe however works for you, just in and out through the nose. So the breath should never be a challenge or a struggle when we're doing these type of movements, or at all. You should never be out of breath, losing control of the breath. Some of the practices we'll do will consciously pause the breath, but here you want the breath to just flow naturally. Top of the next one, hold the position, so just hold that position. But keep breathing, so just breathe in and out through the nose. And just do a little bit of a side bend. So if you imagine you had a lemon that you're just squeezing between this rib and this hip. So just squeeze the lemon, you can have a little bit more stretch. You'll feel that nice stretch through the ribs here, through the side. Again, with these stretches, we're not pushing, we're not forcing, we're not overreaching. Should feel like a really nice stretch. Come back to center. And then you can reach up a little bit more there. And then over to the other side. Squeeze that lemon or orange or whatever you want to squeeze in your hip. Stretch through, no strain. If you start to go, you're straining, you're pushing too hard. Watch that you're not leaning back or leaning forwards. So you're literally lengthening up and bending over. Come back to center. Let's do one more each side. Holding the position and just breathing into the side of the ribs. Breathing down here and into the diaphragm. Feel that the armpit here often gets tight here at the upper side of the ribs there. Keep a little bit of bend in the elbows so you're not straight in the arms there. A little bit of bend, it gives you that little bit of extra stretch. Come back to center. And then let's go over to the other side. Squeeze. Keep breathing. And then come back to center. Arms out to the side. Stand for a moment, relaxing the shoulders down. Just bring your awareness again to the breath, wherever you feel it. It might be the nostrils, that is that pretty obvious physical place where you can feel the slightly cooler air coming in, or it could be the ribs where we've just done some work now, so feeling the breath in the ribs. Maybe lower in the belly. let's do some shaking. So just tapping the heels into the floor. Letting the shoulders go, letting the head go. Feeling that vibration coming up through the legs and through the spine and through the arms. And here, this is another really good movement to actually do some more cleansing and clearing. So you can take a fuller breath in and this long sigh out. Couple more, full breath in and one more, full breath in and slow it down, slow it down. Stand again. Feel the tingling sensation. Feel the difference when you've done the shaking. Where do you feel that tingling? The energy flowing, the blood flowing through the body, through the legs, through the arms, through the spine. Tuning in with the breath again. So we've done a little bit more movement there. The breath, we'll just need to slow a little bit, but just tuning in, noticing how you're breathing. Always good to have that little inner smile on the face so that the face is relaxed, the jaw is relaxed. Good. Move around a little bit. Popping your hands on the ribs. So let's just focus again on this band across the center of the body. So this three-dimensional band where we're breathing into the diaphragm, excuse me, breathing into the diaphragm in the back of the body, feeling the diaphragm in the front of the body. So a really good way to actually physically feel this is just to put the hands on the ribs. You've got the thumbs into the base of the ribs there. So you've got your thumbs coming into the back, onto that kidney area there. And let's do some deliberate, fuller breaths in so we can really swing those ribs out as much as possible. So the idea is that you're breathing horizontally. Quite often when we breathe in, we think, let's pull everything up. So there you're going vertically, breathe in and breathe in horizontally. So keeping the shoulders relaxed, fuller, deeper breath in. Again, it's not as easy to demonstrate or to show because you can't even over-exaggerate that movement. Just feel those ribs swing out, and then you can squeeze as you breathe out, bring the ribs in. And you might want to physically, again, almost feel as if you're doing this with the ribs. So you're almost like bringing those ribs in and almost like, not hunching over is the wrong word, but you're just flexing the spine and you're rotating the hips in. So that's bringing the diaphragm back up into its resting position. So a couple more breaths like that. Breathing in, ribs swing out, watch that the shoulders don't come up. And then breathe out. And you might want to use a candle's breath out. So that's almost like the idea of pulling the belly button back towards the spine, bringing that diaphragm back into its resting posture. Let's do one more like that. Breath in. And candle's breath out. Blow the candle out. Nice, long, slow exhale. And then just rest the arms to the side. Always good just to come to that once every so often. Just think about bringing that breath into this band here, getting those ribs moving, because as you breathe in, the diaphragm is just coming from that sort of position there. And so that's its sort of like resting position. And it's only coming down about that much. It's not coming right down here. It's coming from there to about there, which will push the ribs out and also push the back out. Let's go into the posture that we worked on last week, that turtle position. So let's start just by resting the hands on the thighs. So again, watch that we're not locking everything out. So I'm not going lock, lock, lock. So a little bit of release in the shoulders. But this is a great place where you can breathe into your kidney area there. So breathe into the back of the body. So take a fuller breath in, and you can handle this breath out again. Or just breathe out through the nose. If you feel that you're comfortable of breathing out through the nose, breathe out through the nose. Now this is a little bit more challenging to feel movement, but you should still be able to get some movement here. And why this is a good position is because if you're standing up, the diaphragm has to help in terms of supporting your posture, supporting the spine. If you're in this position, the diaphragm only has to focus on the breathing. So it's only focusing on its role in breathing rather than its role also in supporting, in a postural support. So breathing into the back. Feel these ribs expand, feel the back expand, and then breathe out. And breathe in. If it helps to put your hand on the back, put your hands on the back. And breathe out. Couple more in this position. Breathe out through the mouth or the nose. And then just slowly come up to standing, roll up, and do pulling down the sky, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more. Going back down into the turtle. So you can go to this position if that feels comfortable for you. It's absolutely fine. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can drop the hips and you can rest your forearms on the thighs. So you can stay in that position. If that's where you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can come drop the hips a little bit more and stick your elbows in the knee sockets there. Knee socket, is that the right place? Yeah, you know what I mean, in the knees. But again, not to challenge the breath, so you're forcing the breath. But whatever position you'll feel comfortable in, and then breathing into the back. And just slow, full, deep breaths. Really get that sense of movement, of freedom. You might just find you're holding a little bit and then one little bit gives. Couple more breaths. And then if you're resting your arms on your thighs. Slowly straighten the legs, push through the heels, and then come slowly roll up. Take your time. Not too quickly. And then pulling down the sky. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Shoulders relaxed. Breath out. Good. Just for the last few minutes, let's find a comfortable sitting position. So you can go on a chair, you can go on the floor, whatever feels comfortable for you. Get nice and, I've got mud all over my legs from my run, didn't see that. Get nice and comfortable, so your hips are stable, connected to whatever you're sitting. If you're sitting on a chair, your feet are connected to the ground. Tall through the spine but not rigid. Again, bear in mind we don't want everything locked in this position. Resting your arms in your hands in your palm, in your lap or on your knees, whatever feels comfortable. Keeping your eyes open or closed, again, whatever feels right for you at this moment in time. And just bringing the attention to your crown, so your crown center, the top of the head. And then just softening and relaxing down from the crown. So just working your way down the scalp. Just letting go, relaxing, softening. The forehead, eye sockets. Cheekbones. And jaw, just let everything go. If you feel you need to move, you think of relaxing the jaw, you need to open your mouth, do anything you feel you need to do. It's all about just calming and relaxing and letting go top down. And throat, and neck. And shoulders. And chest, just relaxing, softening. And as you bring your attention to the chest, just notice this really subtle movement as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, just let go just that little bit more. Soften that a little bit more. You come down to the belly and the hips. Just soften and let go and relax. The legs, the ankles, the feet. And then just tuning in with the breath, just noticing that slightly cooler air coming in through your nose. Filling all of that space in the front in the face, in the skull. And that releasing and just letting go, even with that light breath out. And then follow a couple more breaths, and on the third breath, take a slightly fuller breath. So you take a fuller breath in. If you've got your eyes closed, at the top of that breath, you can open your eyes. If you feel you need a nice sigh out, if you feel you need a little bit of a stretch again, have a little stretch. And we will finish there. Sorry, we went over a little bit, few minutes going over there, so hope it's not holding any of you up. Great. So cleansing and clearing, relaxing and letting go. We'll be doing more of that on Saturday. I know some of you have already signed up for the Unlock the Power of Breath workshop at 12 o'clock. If you haven't, then there are still places on that. So hopefully I will see you for an hour of breath work on Saturday, but hopefully as well I'll see you on Thursday before then for our movement session. But in the meantime, have a brilliant rest of the day, rest of the week, and I'll see you on Thursday. Thanks a lot. Take care. Have a good day. Bye. Bye.